All right, number 10, conditional proof. This one is actually a bit tricky. You might have gotten stuck on this. I got stuck for a little bit, and then I figured it out. We're trying to get a conditional, so we could start a conditional proof. Start our pretend box. We'll assume C for conditional proof. And then the last line of our box needs to be this: if not D, then G. Since that's also a conditional, we can do a conditional proof to get that. So we'll start another box inside our first box. We'll assume not D. Assume for the sake of conditional proof. And now we want the last line inside this inner box to be G. All right. We actually have some things to work with now. To get G, we see G right there. But what do we have to work with? Well, line 1 and line 3 go nicely together. We could do those, use those together and use modus ponens, and we get if not D, then E. And that allows us to use 4 and 5 together. So we do 5 for modus ponens, and we get E, right? Bring your boxes down. Now what are we going to do? We're trying to get G at the bottom of this inner box. It'd be nice if we had if E then G, right? Because we have E, so we can do modus ponens with that. Is there any way we could get if E then G? Well, if we had this, we could do modus ponens with 2 to get if E then G. So we could write that on our wish list. If D, then not D. Of course, that's maybe a pretty strange statement. If D, then not D. That would lead to a contradiction, would it not? Let's see. We already have not D, which is the consequent. And is there any way we could get D as well as an antecedent? Well, here, recall material implication. By material implication, this is equivalent to not D or not D, which should immediately remind you of redundancy, because not D or not D is equivalent to not D. We have not D, so now we have what we need. So we take not D, line 4, use redundancy, get not D or not D. And then from that, we can go to this through material implication. So 7, material implication, and we get if D, then not D, which is the antecedent right there. And so with 2 and 8 modus ponens, we could get if E, then G. And recall, inside this inner box, we're trying to make our last line G. So now we have the ingredients. 9 and 6 modus ponens is going to give us G. So now we can close this inner pretend imaginary world, and we're going to conclude first line of the box, not D, arrow, last line of the box, G. And that's going to be from 4 through, that's it. I skipped 9, I thought that was 16, so 9, 10, this is 11. 4 through 10, conditional proof. And now we've gone from C to if not D then G. So we can close our outer pretend world. And in line 12, we get our final conclusion. First line, inside the box, arrow, last line, inside the box. So that's 3 through 11, conditional proof. Awesome. That was tricky, but we figured it out. We had to use this tricky thing with redundancy to get this sort of thing. If you see something weird like that, there's a good chance you're going to have to go use something weird. Like redundancy is often a good choice when you see something weird like that, but you're going to probably have to use a rule in maybe a way you haven't used it before. So see something weird like that, take note, and think about your different options. Awesome.